It is exactly 4 o'clock Kenyan time. Good evening. Welcome to this edition of News Now right here on TV47, the home of untold stories. My name is George Maringa, and for the next half hour or so, we shall be bringing you up to date with what's making headlines from across the country and beyond. Here now are the highlights. Among the top stories making headlines at this hour, 5 schools that had reopened for the new year closed indefinitely following the killing of 5 people on Tuesday in Chamoi and Kagir areas of Baringo North.
Sasa bandits wamewachana na kutafuta ng'ombe na mbuzi. Sasa wana target watu.
JSS intern teachers from Kisii County continue their protest to boycott going to school, citing mistreatment by the government.
We are asking the government of Kenya and the Teacher Service Commission to make sure that we are confirmed as soon as possible. Otherwise, we are not going back to class because we are demoralized. Plus, the bouncers who attacked journalists at a city bar in Nairobi arraigned at the Milimani Law Courts. We thank you for choosing TV47 to inform you. A day after a house belonging to an ex-President Uhuru Kenyatta era cabinet secretary was demolished in Kakamega, residents were on Wednesday seen scrambling for the materials at the site. Unknown people demolished the contested residential house on Monday night at Milimani Estate in Kakamega town. This happened despite a court order barring its destruction. The house was descended upon by people who caused extensive damage to the building.
Niliamka asubuhi nikashangaa kuona mambo yenye yanaendelea, but upande wengine nimefurahi juu tunatafuta kazi, hakuna kazi na watu tumesoma. Angalau hata saa hii hatutalala njaa juu tumepata at least kitu. Ukiangalia kama huku shamba ni kubwa kama ekari 3, mtu anaishi mmoja, na hapa serikali inaweza jenga at least hata sisi tupate kitu. So upande wangu mimi nashukuru serikali kwa kazi ambayo inafanya juu kama sio hivi hata leo hatungepata kitu.
Wanasema siku hizi Ruto amewapea kazi. Sasa wanasema Ruto amefanya kitu ya maana kuendelea juu mtu anaishi hapa, watu wameishi wamenyang'anya tu mashamba huku. Watu wanahangaika mashamba. Hiyo vitu yenye Ruto alikuwa amesema anajenga, wacha ajenge hizo nyumba tukuja tunaishi huko. Hata kama nyumba ni 2,000 atakuwa analipa hata mwisho wa mwezi. Nimeshukuru sana vijana sasa wako na kazi. Sasa hata nyumba yako unaweza acha ilale wazi mpaka asubuhi, hakuna mataguza. Vijana sasa wanasaka pesa.
Rais wetu unatunyanyasa sana. Hivyo sio vizuri mtu kujenga nyumba unampomolea nyumba yake ya mamilioni. Ulitusema unataka utusaidie, hatuoni usaidizi yenye unatusaidia. Hii ni kubomolea, kunyanyasa watu raia. Sisi kama watu masala, na sio vizuri kutuharibia.
10 bouncers from Kettle House Bar and Grill in Nairobi were on Wednesday charged with assault and selling shisha against the law. It is alleged that on January 5th, 2024, jointly with others not before court, being security guards of Kettle House Bar and Grill, they assaulted journalists and a team of Nakada officers, thereby causing them bodily harm. The 10 who appeared before Magistrate Gilbert Shikwe pleaded not guilty and were granted a 30,000 Kenya shillings cash bill each. Meanwhile, the court has issued warrant of arrest against 10 others who failed to appear in court to take plea. The matter will be mentioned on January 24th, 2024.
The fact that whatever the charges they are faced with is essentially one transaction. Also note the fact that they've been out on a police bail of 10,000 shillings and they've presented themselves in court and the nature of their work. So for the first to the 10th accused, they'll be released on a bond of 100,000 shillings, which warrant is same amount, or an alternative of cash bill of 30,000 shillings each, with 2 contact persons each. For the 12th accused person, Sospita, is released on a cash bail of 10,000 shillings with 2 contact persons. This case is allocated to court number 11 for hearing and determination. The matter shall be mentioned before that court on the 24th of January 2024 for pretrial directions.
President William Ruto has said he will not allow corruption, incompetent leadership and vested interests to sabotage his development agenda. The president, who spoke in Nanyuki, Laikipia County, where he launched the affordable housing project, said the 3 issues remain the country's biggest threat in the development of the country, in the country's development. Mount Kenya leaders accompanying the president, among them Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, rallied behind President's development agenda.
Housing project in Laikipia East constituency, in Laikipia.
3 things are taking us backwards, have held our country hostage forever, and have caused the transformation of Kenya to be delayed and delayed. 3 things: incompetent leadership, vested interest, and corruption. And we must deal decisively with all of them. I have said we are going to provide the leadership that will transform our country. We are going to deal with vested interest that is sabotaging our progress. And we are going to eliminate corruption, whether it is in the judiciary, whether it is in the executive, or in the legislature, so that we can get our country moving and our transformation underway. Hiyo ni kazi lazima tufanye.
Na rais, kwa hii maneno ya mjengo ya manyumba, tuna kuencourage uendelee ndio hao vijana wapate kazi. Kwa sababu juu ya nyumba kupatikana, watu wapate manyumba zao, hao vijana na wasichana wetu watapata kibarua, waweze kupata kazi yao. Na tunataka kumwambia yule contractor amepewa kazi hapa, wale vijana wafanye kazi, ni wale vijana wa area hii wapate kazi kwanza. Na pia tunataka contractor, wewe usiwekee watu pesa mpaka mwisho ya mwezi. Hao vijana wapate pesa yao Jumamosi saa 9.
Sisi tunaangalia uongozi wa rais. Pengine utakuwa na shida mahali ingine. Lakini hapa kwetu Laikipia East, misema ya Laikipia East. Na mimi naelewa siasa ya huko West kidogo wa shida atasema na kwingine. Lakini sisi maneno ya serikali ahadi imeweka. Ndio unaona mimi siku hizi sipigi kelele mingi. Wakati mtu anafanya kazi ni nyundo na mawe. Na ndio inafanyika hapa.
5 schools have been closed indefinitely in Baringo County amidst the runaway insecurity in the area. This comes just a day after a tragic banditry attack that claimed the lives of 5 people in Chemoy and Kagir areas of Baringo North. The 5 primary schools, namely Chemoy, Kagir, Yatia, Ngaratuko and Kosile, have been closed indefinitely, with many residents fleeing their homes. The banditry attack, which occurred yesterday, resulted in the unfortunate death of a 3-year-old child. Additionally, a boda operator sustained gunshot wounds and has been referred to Eldoret Moi Referral Hospital in critical condition. Security agencies in Baringo have come under scrutiny, accused of laxity and failing to eradicate the criminal elements responsible for the continued unrest in the area. Baringo North Member of Parliament Joseph Makilap, who visited the hospital last night to check on the victims, said the situation has escalated to the point where banditry is approaching a state resembling genocide, given the alarming number of lives lost.
Bandits wamewachana na kutafuta ng'ombe na mbuzi. Sasa wana target watu, wasenda, kanisa, natembea barabara, wasafiri na watu wetu kwa ujumla. So chenye tunaona ni genocide. Na atuchue hata leo kwa sababu watu wametoweka. Hata mimi nimetoka Simuko saa hii. Atuchue watu wako wapi? Na kuna mtoto alipotea, sio alipatikana. Mtoto mdogo. Sababu hata mama yake alikufa na yule mtoto mwingine mkubwa yake aliwawa na baba. Mtoto mdogo akapotea. Hatujui anapatikana wapi. Tutaendelea hivi mpaka lini? Leo mashule ilikuwa inafunguliwa. Sasa saa hii imefungwa.
MPs allied to the Ford Kenya party have urged National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u to promptly disburse NG-CDF funds. The legislators have emphasized on the critical need for the allocation, citing its impact in the education sector. They have expressed their concern on what they perceive as an uneven distribution of development across the counties. The lawmakers have urged President William Ruto to intervene, urging him to scrutinize ministries and ensure the fulfillment of all political debts and promises.
A lot of disappointment from the CS National Treasury. What we know and we hear from him is too much English and economics jargon, rather than practical, actionable steps towards delivery of service. We are so disappointed. He owes us an apology, and he owes the students an apology and Kenyans an apology as far as inconsistency in disbursement of funds are concerned.
It is very painful that Parliament, which hosts the purse, which distributes money to all the arms of government, we have to keep kneeling to beg. Governors there distributing bursaries, members of Parliament are here crying all, and they are the ones who hold the purse. We want to tell people, please, 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 the cabinet secretary, the permanent secretaries, please, this is not an Azimio or a Kenya Kwanza affair. We must be able to ensure the promises which we made to our people are honored. Otherwise, we're going to be rendered irrelevant.
We want to affirm our support to the president, but we want to say the people who send us here, people who send us in parliament, also expect nothing less than development. We want to see all the stalled projects being allocated money the way we are seeing in Murang'a, the same we are seeing in Kiambu and many other regions.
Waziri Murkomen akizindua barabara, fedha nyingi katika miradi ya maji. Tunataka kuwaona kule Bungoma wakizindua miradi kama hii. Murkomen hajazuru mkoa wa Magharibi tangu tupite kura kama Kenya Kwanza. Tumemwona pembe zote. Wamekuwa wanafanya mazoezi na kukimbia mbio za nyika pembe mbalimbali za nchi ya Kenya. Bungoma iwaje hawaji kulipa madeni ya kisiasa ambayo kwayo tulitoa jasho na kusaga meno. Kile tunasema na kuhakikishia watu wa Bungoma kwamba tutatembea na wao sako kwa bako kuhakikisha kwamba yale yote rais ametamka na yale yote yaliyo katika bajeti ya nchi ya Kenya yanatekelezwa kikamilifu.
To the coast, where over 50 deserving students in Kilifi County who achieved remarkable scores exceeding 320 marks are recipients of a valuable scholarship, enabling them to pursue their secondary education at no cost. The scholarship, spanning 4 years of high school, has been made possible through the generosity of a well-wisher, as formalized in an agreement signed between parents and Centem Real Estate CEO Kenneth Mbaye. During the agreement signing ceremony, Mbaye underscored the significance of educating the youth in society, emphasizing the transformative power of such initiatives. Parents expressed their satisfaction, highlighting that their children faced the risk of missing out on a secondary education due to financial constraints.
These kids scored 320 marks and above, and they're expected to join county and national schools starting from 15th of January. This is our 8th cohort. We started this program 8 years ago. Each year we educate 50 kids, and we hope they'll go back to their families. They'll come back to this society, take up economic opportunities. We are educating 400 kids, and we offer them full scholarship from Form 1 to Form 4. So on average, every year we spend 15 million. And for the last 8 years, we've been spending that much. So we are close to 100 million mark in terms of scholarship.
Nina mizigo ambapo na watoto watatu ambao wako wanasomea mambo ya college na wawili wako chuo na wengine wako chini kule wanasoma soka.
Haya nikaenda shuleni Malindi High School na nimefurahi pia kwa kuwa nimesaidia familia yangu kwa sababu kama mama peke yake ndio ninayemtegemea. Maisha nyumbani yamekuwa si hali nzuri vile kwa sababu ni mama ndiye anayeshughulika.
Nimesoma katika shule ya Mkwajuni Primary School nimepata max 342, nimeitwa shule ya Ribe Girls High School. Na najisikia furaha kupata hii scholarship. Itamsaidia mzazi wangu, itanisaidia na mimi, na naahidi kuweka bidii katika masomo yangu.
Nasikia raha kwa sababu maisha kwangu yamekuwa magumu. Lakini kwa sahihi nasikia tu kufurahi kwa sababu naona kama huo mzigo wa huyo pia imenipungukia.
And all the best to the recipients as they embark on their secondary school education. Joash Omariba, a student from Kebirigo Boys High School in Nyamira County, has achieved an impressive B-plane in the recently released 2023 KCSE results, surpassing his KCPE score of 281 marks. Ecstatic about his performance, Omariba, who hails from Manga Ward, expressed his sincere gratitude to his teachers for their unwavering support and encouragement. Omariba aspires to pursue a career in medicine and has set his sight on Kenyatta University to fulfill his academic ambitions.
Principal and my deputy principal, Mr. Okoth, who used to encourage me individually. I can say that sometimes I went to him where he was sitting alone, and I told him that I have some challenges in some subject. But he used to encourage me that to his teachers who are friendly to me. And I used that, and as long as I've seen success.
All the best to Omariba in his endeavors. Officials from Housing and Urban Development have visited Mombasa County to oversee the progress of the affordable housing project led by the John Karanja, who is the project manager in the Coast region. He has assured the remaining counties in the Coast region that the program will be rolled out soon. Residents have been called upon to embrace the first phase of the program as it will create more employment opportunities. On the other hand, Mombasa Deputy County Commissioner has called on all developers to give priority to locals when offering employment opportunities.
We have also come up with a program to what we are calling the site appraisal program. If a mason comes on site without any certification whatsoever, we have asked the relevant government authority to come and ascertain the skills of that particular person as he works on the site, to be certified and get certification that which he can use to get a job elsewhere.
Kwa sababu watu wa jua kali wamekuwa kando, wamedharauliwa, ilikuwa watu hawatambuliki kwa sababu hawana makaratasi, kazi zao hazitii thamani, makontrakta kubwa kubwa ndio wanawapa kazi. Lakini kwa sasa tunashukuru sana President kwanza wa Jamhuri ya Kenya kwa kufikiria hili jambo kulileta. Pili, sisi kama jua kali tumeinuliwa sana. Na tunasema kwamba vijana wetu sana wa Mombasa na Pwani kwa jumla wamekuwa kijikalia ovyo na ujuzi wao, kwamba kwa sababu hawana makaratasi hawatambuliwi. Lakini kwa sasa mashirika yamekuja, watatambuliwa, watapewa vyeti na ni watu ambao wana bidii.
Katika kaunti hii ya Mombasa tunalenga kwamba mwisho wa kufika kwamba tutakuwa tumejenga units 50,000. Na kwa sasa hivi kwamba kuna Buxton phase 1 ambayo imekamilika ikiwa na units 582, na kuna Buxton phase 2 ambayo tunatarajia units 1512 ambazo ziko kwa mpango na zinaendelea. Tuko na Mzizima ambayo tunatarajia units 2000.
The Education Committee of the Council of Governors has strongly opposed the recommendations put forth by the Presidential Working Party on Education, stating that the recommendations isolate counties in the execution of educational activities, jeopardizing the overall quality of education. The governors particularly opposed plans that seek to revert the management of early childhood and development centers to the national government. They argued that the purported transfer of ECDE functions from the county governments to the national government is unprocedural and unconstitutional.
Report. The Council of Governors, LICO, Constitutional Affairs and Governmental Relations, and the Education committee have just concluded a consultative meeting to discuss the implications of the recommendations of the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. The Council recognizes the importance of education as a key driver of socio-economic development and welcome efforts aimed at improving the education sector in the country. It is important to note that county governments have made tremendous efforts towards transforming the devolved education functions assigned to them by the Constitution. Currently, county governments are managing approximately 30,400 pre-primary schools, and they have employed over 54,000 pre-primary teachers, and over 2.3 million children are accessing pre-primary education across the counties. Further, county governments cumulatively allocate over 8 billion every year towards education. This was unheard of before devolution, where pre-primary education was mainly supported by the communities. Without contradiction, just in this same venue that you're in the boardroom, we were able to present our contributions to the Presidential Working Party. However, none of those recommendations were captured in the report. Number two, as to the question of too late, these are recommendations. They are not laws in itself. It's not been taken to Parliament for approval. Of course, it's been handed over to the President. And we expect, in fact, our expectation is that a larger education framework for share stakeholders would actually even be called to continue weighing and putting in input to the same. So we are not late, and we still make our position be known that we provided our suggestions, we provided our contributions, and none of them was captured by the team.
A section of junior secondary school JSS intern teachers in KCSE County, led by the Secretary General of the Kupet branch, Joseph Abincha, insist that they will boycott the reopening of schools until their demands are met. The teachers have expressed their discontent with the government's decision to offer them a 2-year internship contract. This, they say, is deviating from the terms originally outlined for permanent employment, vowing not to resume teaching duties until their grievances are addressed.
An intern teacher is a disoriented teacher. An intern teacher is a disturbed teacher. An intern teacher is a disrespected teacher. An intern teacher is a teacher working in very dilapidated conditions. An intern teacher is a ticking time bomb. These people behind here are going to explode very soon.
Cannot put people in internship, people who have been out since graduation in 2018, 2016, and you call that internship. We are asking the government of Kenya and the Teacher Service Commission to make sure that we are confirmed as soon as possible. Otherwise, we are not going back to class because we are demoralized. So make sure at the end of business today that you have put plans in place for us to be confirmed.
We can't allow a government where a teacher is being paid peanuts and you expect the results to come. We are killing the generation to come. Yes. We are killing our learners and our kids. Yes. These people are handling 14 subjects, and the money they are paid towards that kind of handling of those subjects is not commensurate of the job they are doing. Peanuts. As we are speaking today, this week, we are receiving another more class as a junior school, grade 8. The government has done nothing to employ more teachers to take care of those learners.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with News Now. Let's get sporty, where the magical Kenya Ladies Open returns to the 18-hole Baobab course in Vipingo Ridge, Kilifi County from the 8th to the 11th of February 2024 for the 4th edition of the tournament. The magical Kenya Ladies Open is the only women's professional golf tournament in East Africa, which will serve as the season opener for the 2024 Ladies European Tour calendar. Among the notable participants participants who have already signed up for the tournament are German Alexandra Forsterling, who won the 2023 VP Bank Swiss Ladies Open and the 2023 Mallorca Ladies Open, the 2023 Amundi German Masters champion Kristina Napoliova from Czech Republic, 2023 MKLO runner-up Alice Hewson from England, and Kenya's top amateur golfer Naomi Wafula is expected to lead the Kenyan contingent. Football Kenya Federation Premier League side Shabana FC have appointed Sami Pamzo Omolo as their new head coach after sacking Sami Okoth. The Kisii-based side have had a tough start to the season with only 3 wins under their name and 9 defeats, and are currently sitting 17th on the table on 14 points, 1 above bottom-placed Nzoia Sugar. Pamzo's first assignment will be in Sudi Stadium as his side will face Nzoia Sugar. Indeed, 26 minutes past the hour. I believe you're now up to date with what's making headlines from across the country and beyond. Our newsroom is working round the clock to bring you these and